A Hammond organ contains tone wheels in a tone wheel generator. This is a mechanical device that consists of many wheels, 76 to 96. I believe this is a 76 tone generator in this. B3, A100, C3, those organs have the 96 wheel tone generator because they have the bass pedals and they need those extra frequencies for the bass pedals. This is either 76 or 79, I can't remember. So basically there are 79 or 96 different shaped tone wheels inside this organ, which I'll show you in a moment. They're all geared to turn at a certain speed that will create the tone. Now it picks up the tone from the tone wheels very similar to the way that a guitar pickup works. There's a magnetic rod with a coil of wire around the outside of it. It kind of also works the same way as a pickup for your anti-lock brakes. As these bumps pass by the end of this magnetic rod, it changes the magnetic lines of flux and it induces a voltage in this coil. So if there's lots of little bumps and it's going fast, it's going to create a higher frequency AC cycle out the coil. If it's larger bumps or they're turning slower, it's going to create a lower frequency AC voltage out the wire. Now the magnetic rod slides in and out of this coil of wire and it's adjustable so that you can match all the tones of the organ to the same volume level by how close this is, because the closer this is to the tone wheel, the more voltage will be created and it will be louder. Now each tone wheel, each pickup coil with a tone wheel has a filter system. This is basically a band filter, a band pass filter. There's a capacitor and a coil and it's tuned to the same frequency that the tone wheel will generate, roughly, so that only that frequency will go through. Any other noise or other frequencies that are arbitrarily created will be filtered out and sent to ground. So each tone goes through the filter and comes out to a contact. And then there's a wire that goes to the key contacts underneath each one of the playing keys on the organ. That system looks like this. Each one of these key contacts, there are 9 under every single key, is wired in such a way that every frequency that this key needs to play is on one of these 9 key contacts from the tone wheels. This is a phenolic or fiberglass actuator so that they're not connected to one another. And as you press this key down, it presses each one of these fine contacts down onto what's called a bus bar. There are 9 bus bars in each keyboard underneath the keys, and they run horizontally underneath all the keys. They're common to every single key on the organ. Now these bus bars are what are connected to the drawbars so that you can choose the different sounds. So there'll be, if this is an A key and this is the 8th drawbar, this bus bar goes to the 8th drawbar, then a frequency of 440 Hertz will be on here if A is tuned to 440. So when you press the key down, that 440 frequency from the tone generator will be connected to this bus bar where it will go to the drawbar with an 8 on it. Now the drawbars slide in and out as I showed you with the organ, and there's a contact on those. And underneath that contact are different bars that are spaced very close together so that this contact never misses one. It's always in contact with one of these bars. And each one of these little bars is a half an ohm to an ohm, very little resistance, higher as they go in. So when you slide the bus drawbar all the way in, this one is connected to ground and no sound comes out. This one is connected to a matching transformer that goes into the amplifier. So the farther you slide the drawbar out, the louder that tone gets. Most Hammond organ that you're familiar with has what's called percussion. The B3, the C3, the A100 all have Hammond percussion. The E112 that this organ was made from also had percussion, but it was a different form, and I didn't like it. So this one has been rewired to the standard B3, C3, or A100 percussion. Now what percussion does is when you press the key down, you get an AC cycle that goes out the amplifier and gives you a tone. It's the same volume the whole while down. The whole time the note is down, it's the same volume unless you mess with the expression pedal. Now what percussion does is when you press the key, the percussion tone spikes. You get a loud percussion at the beginning, and then it tapers off, and then it's very quiet or almost nothing down here. That gives you an attack when you press the notes. The percussion is only active on the first note pressed. As long as you press a note and hold it down, the rest of the notes that you play have no percussion. So in order to get the percussion to fire again, you have to let go of all the keys and then press them again, so that you can actually actively change the tone of the organ by just the style you play, without touching any controls. As long as you hold the key down all the time, and it don't have to be one key. If you press C down, and then press A down, and then let go of the C and play something else, you still will have no percussion. You have to release all the keys for that to reset itself. So by doing that, you can change the style you play you can change the sound just by the style that you're playing. So that's basically the theory of how the organ works.